Hello?
Oh my god, did you hear?
Oh, I'm itching to tell you something.
Itching to Tell You with Zoe Ryan.
Today I'm itching to tell you about the different types of psoriasis and treatment options. Psoriasis can appear in a number of different forms. Plaque psoriasis is the most common. It consists of red raised patches covered with white scaling layers. It's itchy and painful and can affect any part of the skin's surface. Coverage can vary from a couple of patches to full body psoriasis. It most commonly affects the scalp, the elbows and the knees. With scalp psoriasis, it usually extends beyond the hairline, down the back of the neck, behind the ears, in the ears and down the front of the face. Guttate psoriasis resembles tear or rain droplets. It most commonly affects teenagers and young adolescents. It usually appears quite suddenly, often triggered by streptococcal throat. Inverse or flexural psoriasis usually appears in the skin's folds, so under the breasts, armpits and groin area, areas where you're most likely to sweat. The plaques are usually red and shiny. Due to the presence of sweat, they're kept moist and it usually prevents the scale from building up. It can be very painful and cracks and tears called fissures usually appear. A yeast-like fungal infection can also develop, which explains why I was misdiagnosed when I was younger with athlete's foot, a fungal infection. Genital psoriasis also falls underneath this category and it can affect both males and females. Pustular psoriasis resembles blisters. It's red and scaly with white and yellow pus. Sometimes it only affects the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet, which can be very debilitating for someone who has it, as it prevents them from doing everyday activities such as walking. With this form of psoriasis, people tend to suffer from another form of psoriasis before developing this one, and it's usually triggered by something such as infection or withdrawal from other medications. Erythrodermic psoriasis is when almost the entire surface of the body is covered by a red, fine peeling scale. It is quite rare and usually occurs when somebody has severe psoriasis that is out of control or unstable. It can be life-threatening if left untreated, and people who have this kind of psoriasis are generally hospitalised at some point. Nail psoriasis can affect the nails on both the hands and the feet. Changes to look for include thickening and loosening of the nails, or the appearance of pits, which are like little dints in the nails. Nail psoriasis is associated with psoriatic arthritis, and people who have nail psoriasis generally develop psoriatic arthritis down the line. Psoriatic arthritis is an immune-driven arthritis in which the immune system attacks the joints and tendons. It causes pain, stiffness, swelling of the joints and whole body inflammation. For the most part, people don't tend to develop psoriatic arthritis straight away. They usually suffer from another form of psoriasis for some years before developing psoriatic arthritis. Signs to look out for are changes in the nails, such as the thickening or loosening of the nail, or the appearance of little dints in the nail called pits. You also should look out for the swelling or the inflammation of one finger or toe, where it becomes quite enlarged to resemble the shape of a sausage and to be very painful. So how is psoriasis diagnosed? In most cases, it's diagnosed by your GP. They will advise you on how to manage and treat your psoriasis, and in some cases they may need to refer you on to a specialist, depending on the extent and form of psoriasis you have. There is still no cure for psoriasis, so treatments work to control the symptoms. They work to reduce the inflammation and to clear up the visual signs. In other words, the markings on the skin, as well as working to ease the itch and the pain. Treatment routes depend on the location and severity of your psoriasis. The treatments can be broken up into 4 categories: topical treatments, ultraviolet light therapy, systematic medications, and biologic treatments. Mild to moderate psoriasis can generally be treated by a GP using topical treatments. These can be steroid or non-steroid based. Moderate to severe psoriasis often requires you to be referred on to a specialist, and your treatment care may need to be carried out in a medical setting. Topical treatments come in the forms of creams, lotions, gels, foams and mousses, and can be applied directly to the skin. They're generally the first port of call to treat mild to moderate psoriasis. They work to slow down the rate at which your skin cells grow and to reduce the inflammation. These can be steroid or non-steroid based applications. Steroid based applications come in varying strengths, and it's important to use the right strength on the correct body part for the prescribed amount of time as instructed by your doctor. Side effects can include thinning of the skin, burning, and they're not suitable for long-term use. Emollient therapy plays an important yet undervalued role in managing your psoriasis. Emollients are simply moisturisers that can be used in two ways. They can either be applied directly to the skin as a leave-on moisturiser, or they can be used as a soap substitute. They soothe itchy skin, soften and lift the scale, and help to increase the effectiveness of your prescribed treatment. For psoriasis of the scalp, emollients play an essential role in your treatment regime. They help to prepare your skin to be ready to receive your prescribed treatment and increase the effectiveness of your prescribed treatment. Phototherapy may be recommended if your psoriasis hasn't responded well to topical treatments. Photolight therapy uses a form of artificial ultraviolet light to target the areas of the skin where you have psoriasis. There are two forms of photolight therapy: narrowband UVB and PUVA. PUVA must be combined with a light sensitizing medication for it to be effective. With photolight therapy, only the skin that's affected by psoriasis will be exposed to the light, and it will be in a controlled setting for a specific amount of time. Medical professionals urge people to know that sunbeds do not emit the same type of light. The lights of sunbeds can cause skin damage. Phototherapy should only be administered in a medical setting by a medical practitioner for an exposure time and strength that's determined by a doctor. Protective eye shields must be worn during the treatment, and it can have some side effects like a sunburn type of reaction. Systematic treatments are prescribed when topical treatments or photolight therapy are either not suitable or haven't been effective in treating your psoriasis. Topical treatments and phototherapy only treat the skin. Systematic treatments treat the underlying cause of psoriasis, which is that overactive immune system that causes the inflammation and causes the skin cells to grow at an increased rate. The drugs come in the form of liquids, tablets, and injections. It's recommended that systematic treatments are not prescribed to women of childbearing age. Patients undergoing this form of treatment have to be monitored regularly. For example, they have to get regular blood tests taken. Biologic treatments are more targeted than systematic treatments. Biologic treatments target what's causing the abnormal immune response. Biologics usually come in the form of injections, but tablet forms are being developed. Side effects of biologics can be that they affect the body's ability to fight against certain infections. Not only are new treatments constantly being developed, but existing treatments are being modified and altered to make them more pleasant and easy to undergo. If you feel like you've exhausted all avenues and still haven't seen any improvements or maybe the effects that you want to see, go back to your doctor and they might be able to recommend a treatment for you that didn't even exist the last time you're in with them. If you're not happy with your doctor, look for a new one. It's so important that you feel understood and listened to by your doctor. You should feel like they respect you and are willing to work with you to get your psoriasis under control and to a stage that you're happy to live with.
Till next week. For more information on this topic, check out Itching to Tell You on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and tune in weekly for new episodes. Like, comment and subscribe.